All right, it's Monday, September 29th, 10 o'clock, regular session of Cerro Gordo Board of Supervisors. The first item on the agenda is the agenda itself and the minutes of the September 22nd regular session.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the agenda and minutes that stands. Any further comment? All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Any public comment? Seeing as none, we'll move on to new business. Mr. Auditor, claims.
Claims are prepared in front of you, sir.
Move to approve claims as presented.
Second. Motion and a second to approve the claim presented. Any further comment? All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Payroll.
We have two items for you today. First off is the warrant register for period ending 9/20/2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the payroll as presented. Any further comment there? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Next up, Bob.
We have two new hire PAS, both effective 9/30/2025 to the sheriff's office. This will be a resolution.
Approve resolution number 58. Second.
Motion and a second to approve resolution 50 for the two new hires for the sheriff's office. Any further comment there? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Drainage, Mr. Auditor?
Just a brief update for item 3. The Nathan the Watchman was out to Thornton last week, reported back that in town, the vegetation is dying very nicely, and he was going to visit again this week or next week to check it around the outlying sides of town. Follow up from that.
Okay. Next up, drainage resolution order drainage district assessments. Is this Sandy?
Yeah. There are a total of 30 accessible districts that need to be assessed. They're on the list. 2 major systems in 31. So that's why there's 30 accessible districts. We need your order to assess them, and I will get them generated and all mailed tomorrow. It's just a little over $500,000 sum total of assessments. DD1 that we're going to have a completion hearing on today and wrap up, we hope, is not on the list because IDELS is going to reimburse us, and we haven't paid damages. So that's going to come later, that assessment, when we know more. But the rest of the outstanding drainage districts that you guys are trustees for are on the list.
I move to approve resolution 2025-59 as presented.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to approve resolution 59 regarding the drainage district assessments. Any further comment? All in favor? Aye. Resolution passes, is adopted. Brandon, can you start us out here?
Sure. Alberta, I got the bids back from 2 contractors for the demo at the Illinois shop. We got it back from Naberville Excavating and McInnes. 2 bids were about 10% apart. McInnes came in at $38,545 and Naberville came in at $35,000 even. So I'm going to move forward with Naberville because it was 10% below the competing estimate. So now I got to apply to the city to have them deem that our building is historical or not. And then when we get past that, then we got to apply for our demo permit. And after that, when we receive the permit, we'll be able to proceed with demolition, which I'm hoping will happen this fall or over the winter. So
It takes to get that historical thing
yeah, I
back.
don't know if they have to meet a committee or how they do it. I guess I don't have any idea what that process is. I'm just going to guess the 2 permits will take 2 months to get.
What are their bids for?
This, but they didn't, I guess it'll be 90 days, like the terms of it says, so 3 months. Yeah. The good part about it is the only thing that really changes price is fuel, and we're keeping the floor out of the old building, so we're going to reuse that. So whatever material they haul in to protect the floor is the only other thing that might have price changes on it. So we shouldn't have too many problems there, I guess. But yeah, I'll start talking to the city today about getting that building. I don't know what process they go through. It's just an internal city thing to make sure that the city maintains any historical structures and they don't get demoed by mistake. I don't believe this building has any significant historical value to it, so I doubt it'll take long, but we'll see what the city determines. Our project up on Hickory, the culvert is moving forward. They're hoping to set boxes this week and then backfill and possibly have it open by next week. So that project's moving on pretty quickly also.
Hold up for a minute there, Brandon. At this time, it's a
Hearing.
continuation of the District 1 main tile repair. Tyler, do you care to take the podium and talk to us?
Morning all, Tyler Conley, professional engineer with Bolton & Mink, assigned to the Drainage District Number 1 main tile repair project. Here for the continued completion hearing for the project that was done late last year into this spring, into the summer. That was continued. The last completion hearing as work had not been completed to evaluate the road ditches, both north and south, on the crossing that had been completed. There had been quite a bit of standing water in both the north and south ditch that was not going away and was not an issue that had been present before the work was completed. That work, that investigation was done in the last 2 weeks. There was also an intake placed on the north side of the road with some grading work done to get water to that intake. That investigation did not turn up any additional missed laterals, private tiles in that area. The thought is the amount of water that was coming from the south side of the road getting to the north side without anywhere to go was the major contributor to the water there, and that should not now be an issue with the intake. There has actually since been a review of the area. The intake was placed, and then there was a rainfall after that intake. This last weekend, the area was reviewed again, and there is not any standing water currently in that location. So as far as,
because we had quite a bit of rain last week.
Brandon, have you been out to check this out?
It's working really well.
Good.
so that is the up.
Week to previous week, I'm sorry.
Right, yeah, but since that intake has been in, there has been a testing amount of rain for that. So that is working well. It's staying dry. Unrelated to this project, there is also an additional work order on a lateral in that district in case there's any questions brought up or anyone has seen. There was a lateral that had quite a bit of standing water on the upper end of that. Work has been started to alleviate that. The portions of the tile have been removed to facilitate drainage in that area, to get it dried out so that we can go back in and get replacements made there too, just as a blanket update on that district, unrelated to this though. So with that, it's then my recommendation that the contract be considered complete, that the retainage be released to the contractor, and that the damages be considered to landowners. There was from the Woodford Ashland Lone Tree Farm a reimbursement for both fencing and reseeding of CRP that had been damaged or impacted by this project. The total of that was for $3,408.50. The board also has attached to it a tabulation of areas, both for CRP buffer as well as some crops that at the time had been harvested, but there are still a consideration for future damages. In that report, in the tabulation, the total of damages recommended was $811.30. Now, forgive me as I was not at the first portion of this. Adam or Sandy, was the Woodford Ashland's damages, was that in addition to what was called out on the report, or was it in the lieu of?
I don't remember if it was specified, if it was specifically addressed. I think it was in lieu of, if I were to guess, but I don't think it was.
Okay.
My thoughts would be the same. This seems itemized and rather comprehensive of their actual damages as opposed to what we had for estimated values.
What do you have for estimated value?
The estimated value we had there was $408. Now, the difference is that for price per acre, we had $300 for the CRP and buffer. As far as the actual seeding programs, the buffer programs, the price for the compliance for those contracts can vary rather wildly. For instance, their itemized seeding price on here is $1,969. So far more than what we had estimated for those damage amounts.
Else to add?
You can't, no, I do not.
I think I think we should go with what they submitted.
It is itemized. There are receipts. I feel much more comfortable in the amounts that they have submitted
Yeah.
rather than what our estimates had been. Also, they did have claims for fence replacements, which we do not include on here. Sometimes landowners just want the fences removed. They don't ever end up putting them back. So we've recommended to the landowners that if you do have claims for fence, put them in, get them in with your receipts, have them be considered as opposed to what we have. So,
Well, based on your recommendation, I would move items A, B, and C.
What's the question
Okay.
first? That's what I was gonna say. Continuation. Go ahead.
Yeah, if there's nobody online that needs to speak for or against closing this, I'd move to close this portion of the public hearing. Second.
Motion is second to close this portion of the public hearing. Any further comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And go ahead, Casey.
Yeah, sorry, jumped the gun there. I would move items A, B, and C per Tyler's recommendation.
We have a motion and a second to approve items A, B, and C in regard to the District 1 main tile repairs presented. Any further comment?
I just had one more question. If something comes to light over the next 12 months, do landowners still have the ability to approach you, us, the auditor's office with concerns?
absolutely. This acceptance of this work sets off the 1-year maintenance period where the contractor can be brought back for repairs and failures due to their workmanship. So that would cover any sort of the contractor's errors. I do want to be clear though that even outside of those 12 months or any other issues not related to the contractor's errors, landowners always have that opportunity to come in and report issues and have things addressed. But yes, the from today starts the 1-year maintenance period on the contractor's work.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Let's go back. Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's go back to Brandon.
So the guys are working on head shoulder drop offs on lots of roads. We're doing that. A bunch of those this week and next week will be a continuation of that. On top of that, I know that the Clear Lake and Mason City shop both have about 7 different large pipe culverts that need to be reset or repaired for unclining. That's another thing we'll be working on this week. Other than that, they're supposed to be continuing on their maintenance work with grading and ditch cleaning and tile repairs will be on top of that. But the major items of work shall be done with those 2 resets to try and get them ready for this winter. So we don't have undermining come spring. Other than that, unless you guys have questions for me, I don't have anything else.
What do you know on safety funding?
For projects, I should find out in December if we won this round for the Plymouth is the only one. We can only apply for one at a time. So Plymouth is the one that we're applying for this time.
The bridge that we're talking about.
Oh, sorry, not that. I was talking about the guardrail in Plymouth. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about also. Okay. And I completely about the athletes project. They're gonna do that or work on. Anything else for Brandon? The only other question, I had a comment or a question from somebody this weekend in regards to north of Plymouth, and I explained to them that that's Worth County. Have you seen, or is there a, just for my knowledge, but that they redid the road, but it's been like that for at least 2 weeks, they said, with unfinished shoulders. Is that uncommon?
Yeah, a lot of times it can take up to a month for a shoulder contractor to show up to do their work, so it doesn't surprise me.
If curious, I did explain to them that that's not Cerro Gordo, so.
Yeah, for some reason, shoulder contractors are always in short supply and they're always behind schedule. And they almost never show up if it's not actually part of the contractor's crew. So that's why I like Heartland, though. Other times they do their own shouldering just because it's so hard to find subcontractors to do it.
There you go. All right, moving on, item number 7 is the Manure Management Report, and after review, it does not look like there was any changes.
I move to approve as stated.
Motion and a second to approve is presented and forward on to the DNR.
Yeah.
In favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Correspondence announcements.
Move to adjourn. Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned at 10:16. Thank you.